Thanks, Rob.
Laurie?
I've provided a written report this time, and I'd just like to mention a couple things on that. First of all, it's been a very busy month, but I just want to say in reference to the fatal fire in Raywick, a huge commendation to our volunteer folks here in the county some who left paying jobs to spend the day. I just think they're so fortunate and they deserve every bit of kudos.
I think they pulled from Loretta and Raywick and all surrounding groups all helped and were there very late.
Yes, they were. And it was a coordinated effort with the state, K-9 teams and fire marshal, and a very devastating situation, I think, ended up, best we could hope for. Thanks to all those guys and gals. And secondly, I just wanted to mention the status of the siren discussions. The judge and Gary and Alex Bevan and myself met last Friday and discussed we really have three options that I've outlined. One is to do the whole thing, pay for it outright. One is to do one or two at a time and use some state funds that will amount to about $6,000 a year. And Alex was going to, I think, Judge, you said
he got some totals yesterday that didn't include installation, and he was going to email them to me just as quick as he could. So.
No, we're still waiting on that. And we did have an interesting citizen that independently got a quote from a different company and sent it in, and that is in your package. It's quite a bit higher than the
One thing that Alex did bring, I thought when we done this, you'd have to do them all at one time, but he said that they were compatible enough that I think Gary could even say the same, that you could do a couple a year until they were, until they were all the same, and it would work okay. But right now they're basically not working very good anyway, so anything would help than what we've got.
So we could basically, the ones that for sure not working, replace them
Exactly,
first.
and that's kind of what do your worst ones. Alex mentioned the two that he would start with if he was going to do it. I've got it written down here somewhere. Rosewood and St. Joe would probably be the first two that he would replace, and then those are the ones, and then he could steal from those that he takes and use those parts to patch the other ones until we got, borrow from them until
how many do we have total?
Did we ever? 10 total. They're roughly about 12 to 13,000 a piece plus installation. So that is a little bit less than they were years ago, to be honest with you. So, but we've been talking about this for the past year or so, and it does affect everybody. I think it'd be
They're the newer technology too, aren't they?
Yeah, these are
digital or different.
They're non-rotating. They got a straight. They just they go out every which way. They don't spin. Yeah. So basically, the only thing go wrong with them would be there's no moving parts. So would be the batteries, and that's just routine maintenance on those. So
sounds good.
From what y'all have looked at so far, is there any savings if we do the whole system versus a couple a year? Do they offer any incentives on that, or?
Alex is looking at a company out of Lawrenceburg, and apparently he has those numbers, but we don't have them yet, so I don't know. The quote that you see in your packet does not include a discount for multiple purchases, and it does not say what that discount would be.
Okay.
It's L&W Equipment is who basically done Bardstown's and several of the other counties.
From?
Yeah, they're basically the people to go for that. So, yeah. But anyway, something to think about.
Keep in mind on these sirens, we have 10. If we do them all at once, we're looking at purchasing 11. Reason why? We got that one for spare. So later down the road, something should happen, We got parts right there. We can swap it out. Plus, I'm sure we'll get a discount, a larger discount for multiple items versus 2 at a time and for a year. So it's also something we're toying with.
All right.
Is there anything else?
I was just asked Gary to tell a little bit about the crash scene at the high school. We talked about it a couple of meetings ago. That did take place.
Nobody was there. I know of only a few people. Something that we used to do about a decade ago was about every 3 years we would rotate a drunk driving demonstration, especially for prom, just so the kids had an idea sort of what really happens. And we had a vehicle smashed and it's been rolled over. We had 4 people, 1 driver who was supposed to be inebriated, 1 front seat passenger that was thrown out the vehicle, and then we had a rear seat passenger hanging out the front window, and the other one I think was laying down or so. I've not heard any comments, either yay or nay. All I heard was from all the local emergency response personnel, first responders, that it went very, very well. Now, if you guys have heard something terrific, no, were you
My
there?
reporter that attended and covered it was very impressed. She had never seen anything like that. She was very impressed, yes.
Well, I know Craig's sister, Javette,
Yeah.
was very involved in that. And Jennifer Ford, who of course went through
Yep.
losing a child. And through them, I learned all about it, you know. And I wasn't able to go, but I heard that it just went great.
That took a lot of pictures.
Yes.
I haven't received any yet, but she was very pleased, extremely happy and gratified. And this is something that we may be able to start looking into doing every 3 or 4 years. And it's not so much for the students to realize they're drinking and driving, is that the regular populace need to understand that after 10 o'clock at night, approximately 25% of the people driving are inebriated or impaired. That doesn't mean students, that don't mean teenagers.
Right.
Person that's operating the vehicle, especially in getting wee hours in the morning or early, 5, 6 o'clock, and they're getting up, they're still hungover, going to work, the numbers are going to be higher. So just think about it every time you're out driving at 10 o'clock at night and later, that one drunk, is that one drunk? You know what I'm saying?
And this thing right here, this thing right here, I think, has gotten as bad or even worse than drinking with the young people.
It is.
You combine the two, it's a disaster.
It is. It is.
The only thing I can say is stay awake. You know, if you find someone who might be swerving or whirving, you know, don't crouch them. Don't be a tailgater. Don't be flashing them your lights, because all you're doing is just making an outrageous roadside driver. And you know, if you want to go around him, he just might be arrogant enough to interfere. So back up and give him space, and just everybody be conscious of their surroundings.
I do want to thank all the first responders and law enforcement, everybody that assisted with it. I know my sister and Jennifer and a lot of them, but it really, if it saves one life, it's worth it. And I think it really hit home I've got 3 teenage drivers, and of course, my son was in a very bad wreck in September, which my 3 didn't attend. It was just hitting too close to home for them, But from a lot of their friends that I've talked to and things, it's an eye-opener for them. So, it would be a good thing to almost do every year versus every 3 or 4. I know it's a lot of trouble and everything, but if it saves one life, it's worth it.
And get parents involved.
This year, we did have the parents involved.
Did you?
This year, this went off Tuesday, was supposed to have been Friday. Of course, we had all that hard rain.
Right.
The parents of the seniors and juniors, probably all of them, from freshmen on up, were invited Thursday night at the high school.
Yes.
And we went over the presentation. Now, I wasn't there, so I don't sure.
The attendance wasn't great.
Really?
No.
No kidding. Well, that's very disheartening, but education, it just boils down to
They had to reschedule that, didn't they? I mean, I think that could have been part of
We had to change the location.
change the location.
As far as parents, there were 2 sets of parents.
2 sets.
Yeah.
Holy
And we publicized it, I mean.
Yes. That's a shame.
But it'll get better next year.
Oh, no. Air Methods, I'm not sure if you all have heard, Air Methods out at the county airport is no longer in service. So we had there Tuesday for the air flight, and that was great. And of course, Thursday night, I got a text afterwards, I guess after they moved in and cleaned everything out of Lebanon and London and got everything all back situated to the home front. A statement was released, so I know nothing more. Why?
Robbie and myself have been in contact with, what's the guy's name, Robbie, with Air Evac. Yeah, Dan Durham is guaranteed that service will be provided, so,
Yeah.
Where will they be based out of? What's the closest?
Taylor County.
Tyler County is still.
Each county has our methods, comes up here a lot. And also, western part of the state has our methods.
But the main thing is there's no loss of service. We're gonna be, that's,
We're not gonna have loss because we always have.
when we call a helicopter, we'll get one. So that's the main concern we had, so.
So, yeah, that's no problem.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Larry, did you talk to Kay today, or?
I just talked to her, and she was up here earlier, and she was leaving. She said everything's going good. She had a doctor's appointment today or something, but said they're just kind of busy, but everything's going well. No issues, anything going on.
Good deal. And Terry?
The cruise center for this month is $449, and that's counting all the job fairs. We had a huge turnout with the expungement. That was April, I think the expungement was April 15, we had about 50, which was great turnout, because we didn't really have any money to advertise. I thank the community for getting the word out by emails and blasting on social media. But we've been very busy with workforce right now. We have a lot of job fairs coming up. And right now we're working on internships. So if you know anybody who's coming home from college, bring them to the Career Center. Henderson has administrative assistant. They want to hire, and engineers that are coming home for college. So send them our way, because we want to employ the youth that are coming home also, 18 and older. And our upcoming events are going to be right now, Montebello's having a job fair on May the 9th. And then we're doing Marion County High School senior, getting ready. That's for seniors, we're gonna do that with the high school. We're still working on our our work experience with Lincoln Trail, Lake Cumberland. Lincoln Trail and Lake Cumberland are paying the wages for the company, so we're working on that. Gail King's working on Marion Washington schools on that. So we're really trying to get our youth in the workforce as quick as possible so they can get skilled and learn and get into the workforce as quick as possible. If you look at your packet that I've given you all, I wanted to kind of give you some information about work-ready communities. We applied for work-ready communities, I think it's maybe in the fall, and we did not meet 2 criteria in the work-ready communities, and that was a college or higher degree and a associate's degree or higher. So we need to bring those up, but we're missing it by maybe 2% on each one. So hopefully by next year, we will work-ready community. Right now, we're work-ready in progress. So I want you all to look at that and look at some reports that I put in the packet. Does anybody have any questions or anything about the Kentucky Career Center and living in Washington?
Looks like y'all done good, staying busy.
We are busy.
I'd like to come and talk to you sometime, Terry, so I can learn more about.
Anytime.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Where'd your sponsor go? Did he leave?
I think came for
Oh, okay. He didn't come for you. I'm sorry. I thought Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
I thought he was being nice, escorting her in, didn't he?
Yeah,
He's in trouble now, Larry.
yeah, sorry.
I think we need to adjourn.
At least she knows.
Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Under old business, new business, we need to set the budget workshop meeting, if we can. This week would be good for me, so just give me what's good for you all?
No, I can't Tuesday night.
We've been doing them on Saturday mornings, that's fine as well, it's just,
I'm good about any
night.
afternoons or,
Any night or any Saturday morning's fine by
we'll
me.
do next Thursday night.
That'd be fine. It'd be the 10th.
Nice.
Yeah, okay, that's
What time y'all want to do it?
Will work for everybody, or?
Yeah.
4 o'clock?
Yeah, it'd work for me. That suits you guys.
Is that all right, Kevin? Can you, next Thursday, 4 o'clock, we got the budget workshop meeting. Is that okay? Good deal. The next item is reschedule regular meeting held Thursday, July 4th, due to July 4th being on a Thursday, so we're going to change that meeting to July the 3rd.
Will that be considered a special meeting, so just what's on the agenda?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it'll be a special meeting.
So you need a motion?
Yeah.
Motion.
Second?
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Quill?
Yes.
Ms. Blackwell?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop? Yes. Unanimous.
On the old, new business, I'd like to bring up something. We've got a water issue out on the Ed Sullivan Road with and the way it is now, we got to get our water quality people, the state, need them to look at it and tell us what we can do. It's there's a branch real close to the road. It's causing issues with the road and everything. It's a spot where we can't do anything till they look at it. And I didn't know if
Yeah, what we need to do is, if the watershed of that branch is less than 640 acres, then we can get the permit, we can get the permit requirement waived through the state, but we have to check it. And if Jimmy can go out and flag that area, then we'll take our computer program out and we'll see how big the watershed is. And I still got to turn in a permit.
Yeah, still have to have a permit.
Go ahead and do it, you don't have to get anything else.
But if it's over that, they've got to engineer it or basically tell you what they need done.
I can do it.
Oh, okay, but I mean, it's gotta go by their,
Putting in a big bridge over the road fork.
no, I didn't know if they have to, got guidelines, if it's,
They do, but I know.
okay.
Take care of it.
But whenever you get a chance and Jimmy,
Market, we'll do it.
okay, you know what I'm talking about.
Can't beat the price.
No, it's good enough. Just whenever y'all can get together, and then we'll go from there, see what we can do and can't do and need to do.
Yeah, we've got a potential bridge that we're probably gonna have engineered by the following, that's the Tucker Road.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
That's a big body of water down there on 3 miles.
yeah.
And I don't think I can do that.
No, it's a, yeah, but that'd be later on, but,
That's gonna cost us a little.
yeah, okay. Just whenever you can get that on your agenda.
Take care of it.
Thank you.
I got a few things, just business. Had someone call me last week up Gravel Switch, and it's on a state road, but let's see if we could get in touch with the state, where the kids is coming back and forth across the street, going to the park and playing. Traffic's been moving by pretty fast, and they was asking for like some slow children signs, so could we request, because they'd be on the state road, request the state.
We can't, we typically don't.
The state won't really, they don't
They won't let
do
you.
it, or,
Yeah, it's a slippery slope. You gotta, we'll have to talk to Steve and see what they do have in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, for the agenda for the next meeting, Gravel Switch Community Center is getting ready to do some improvements like painting, replacing floorings. So I want to do $900 of my discretionary funds to be voted on at the next meeting. And also want to make a contribution to Crusade for Children and put that on the next.
yeah, also, that's usually this time of year is when they typically,
Yeah, because the Crusade will be the first weekend in June, so that'll be.
yeah.
Probably all need to put that on our meeting our agenda for the next meeting.
Okay, I'll put it on for next meeting.
Good. I had one more thing I forgot about, need to bring up the court. I've been kind of working with the city lately on the old Jane and Linda building. You know, it's just a mess. So they're kind of negotiating, maybe selling that building, with people donating it to the city, and the city selling it. And we hooked the city up with an asbestos firm to see if the building contained any asbestos so it could be torn down. So they're looking at that right now, doing some testing. I went out there and looked at it at time too, so that's kind of in the works. That's an eyesore that may be going away pretty quick, you know. I'll let you know.
Thank you. Item D here is consider approval for 2019-2020 earthquake quote from Great Americans Insurance. If you'll see, it's went down about $305 less than it was last year. It still seems kind of expensive, but you know, if an earthquake happens, it's going to be a pretty big deal. You know, we've never had one, but anything can
Cover
happen.
all the county property.
Yeah, you have to have it.
What's the amount on that?
The total premium is $6,516. Motion to approve that.
Motion.
Second.
Yes.
Yes.
Came out the building call.
I gotta go back to that, don't I?
Yes.
Yes.
You did say it was down a little.
Yeah, down 600 and, but you $300 something from last year, 305. I did skip over the consider approval of a pauper funeral.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Bishop,
Yes.
Mr. Vogel,
Yes.
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 It'd be 1,800 to, yeah. The next item, Jimmy and myself have talked about this, consider approval to bid a box culvert on Gribbins Road. We're gonna keep that road open now. There's a box culvert on that road it's been getting in pretty bad shape, so we're gonna apply these to the 80/20. Smothers Hollow Road as well as another one that's got a really bad one on it as well. And another bridge that we're gonna get bid just to see what it's gonna cost will be on Tucker Road. Keith mentioned it earlier, so that's another bridge that we'd like to bid so we can put them in the program.
Is the two box covers there on this year's,
It'll be this year's 80/20.
but then the bridge is gonna be next year, is that right?
We
Or-
don't, depends
know
on
yet.
how they come in.
Depends on how much, yeah, okay.
How it comes in,
The box covers are for yours, yeah.
yeah. But we need to get them advertised and bid to see what we're gonna do.
You need a motion?
To advertise for all
Yes,
three?
exactly.
Second?
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Quayle?
Yes.
Ms. Blackwell?
Yes.
Mr. Vogel?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Unanimous.
The next item is to consider approval to allow the Loretta Fire Department to donate an engine to Gravel Switch Fire Department under the condition if they decide it's no longer needed, it will be returned to the Loretta Fire Department. In other words, if they want to surplus it, they got to give it back to Loretta. That's how that boils down to.
Second. Mr. Vogel?
Yes.
Mr. Quayle?
Yes.
Ms. Blackwell?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop? Yes. Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Unanimous.
And the last thing I have is to hire Michael Blevins to full-time position at the detention center.
Motion?
Second. Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Vogel?
Yes.
Ms. Blackwell?
Yes.
Mr. Quayle?
Yes.
Unanimous.
I would like to, for the next meeting, we've done a lot of work on the boat docks and all, my project, community service money. Don't know yet what it'll be, but should have the price by next meeting. And if we do, then at that time, bring that up. But
Okay.
they've been working on, that's one of the things they did.
Did some work on it this week, ain't you? Haven't you?
I've done some work on all of them.
Look good.
Did Lisa get the agreement together for those people to repair St. Joe's?
They had a couple of them, I think they were waiting on one more signature, I think, to get that taken care of, so. Does anybody else have anything?
I would like to thank you for spending time with me this morning, explaining this agenda and everything, so I kind of know what's going on. And I would like to thank you all for welcoming me today and trading phone numbers, and I appreciate that.
Good deal.
And I look forward to working with each and every one of you.
Glad to have you, glad to have you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You gonna pay bills, Judge?
Need to.
Might need.
Go ahead. Somebody make a motion.
Motion.
Second?
Mr. Vogel?
Yes.
Mr. Quayle?
Yes.
Ms. Blackwell?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Do we, pass over item 9,
What's that?
budget transfer?
We didn't need it.
You didn't need it? What?
Yeah,
That's a good thing.
that's a good thing.
We had more money to spend tonight then, didn't we?
Anybody else have anything?
No.
Motion to adjourn.
Adjourn.